Good morning. In the earlier video, we have learned about the meaning of promise, the meaning of agreement, and the meaning of contract. Now, we are going to learn about the characteristics or the elements which are essential for a contract to be valid. The first one is legal offer and acceptance. It means that in order to be a valid contract, the offer should be legal or lawful, and the other party should accept the offer without any condition, or it should be unconditional. After the acceptance of the offer, it should give rise to a promise. Only then it will become a valid contract. The next point is intention to create a legal relationship. Now suppose that there are two parties who want to come into a contract, but both the parties or any one of the party is not willing to enter into any legal relationship. In this case, the agreement will not be a valid contract. Both the parties should be willing to enter into a legal relationship. Only then the agreement will give rise to a valid contract. The third point is lawful consideration. Here, consideration can be in any form. It can be money, it can be goods or services, or it can even be a promise. As stated in the meaning of a contract, any contract to become valid should contain a consideration. In the absence of any consideration, the contract will not be valid. And also, the contract should not be lame. It should be something which is capable of being presented before law. The next point is competency of the parties. This point explains that the parties to a contract should not be a minor. Minor means anyone who has not yet attained the age of 18. The parties to a contract should be a major, or he should have attained the age of 18. He should be of a sound mind, and he should also not be disqualified from contracting by any law which he is subject to. The next point is free consent. By free consent, we mean that the consent or the acceptance of the parties to the contract should be free, or it should not be influenced by coercion, undue influence, fraud, misrepresentation, or mistake. We will learn about all these terms in the upcoming chapters. The next point is lawful object. Object means the basic purpose of entering into a contract. Whenever a person enters into a contract, there is a basic purpose of entering into such contract, which is known as the object of the contract. So the object or the purpose for which the contract is to be done must be lawful in the eyes of law. The next point is legal formality. The Indian Contract Act does not itself lay down any formality requirements for a contract, but the Act gives a legal sanction to all those formalities which may be prescribed by any other law. The most common formalities are like the agreement should be in writing, it should be in a prescribed form, the agreement should be attested, the agreement should be registered. In short, it should comply with all the necessary legal formalities. The next point is certainty of meaning. The terms and conditions of the contract must be clear. The meaning of the contract should be easily understandable by the parties to the contract. The parties who are entering into the contract should easily understand what the contract is asking for. In case of any uncertain meaning, or if the meaning of the contract is not clear enough, the agreement will be a void contract. The next point is possibility of performance. The act performed in the contract should be capable of performance. For example, if you promise to go to the sun, if your father gives you a bike, such act will be impossible to perform because nobody can go to the sun and it cannot be enforced in the court of law. Such agreements will also be void. And the last point is not expressly declared as void contract. This states that in order to be a valid contract, the agreement should not be declared by any other acts or act as void. And all the 10 essentials should be present in an agreement to make it a valid contract. So that's all for today. In case of any doubts regarding any of the points, feel free to ask me. Thank you.